Actually, hindi talaga yung accountancy yung preferred na course ko nung before college. Gusto ko talaga is mag-medicine kaso medyo magastos yung medicine. Why not try yung accountancy, and hindi yung parang recommendation ng isa sa mga high school professors ko. So, ayun. I mean, hindi naman nagsisi. Well, I mean, the common probably background story for every OFW. So, it's more of like the greener pasture. And at that time, medyo tight talaga yung financial resources namin. So, and yung younger sister is magka-college na siya and nursing yung course niya. So, medyo magastos. So, sabi ko, hindi enough yung salary ko from local accounting firm. So, nagkaroon naman ng opportunity from KPMG Singapore. So, pasado naman sa interview, etc. So, yun. And sobrang attractive naman yung package, including yung signing bonus, etc. and relocation package. So, yun. It's really the exposure to like different cultures. Because I mean, you will be I got a chance to work with like Australian citizens. I mean, even it was just Southeast Asian. I mean, it's not just our Southeast Asian neighbors, but yeah, like I mentioned, like Australian, Americans, even from Latin America. So I mean, it's really the exposure of like different industries, and for Singapore, kasi it's like an Asia Pacific hub. So the travel opportunities to let's say audit like different branches or like audit clients in Southeast Asia is really a huge perk. Siyempre, yung iba-ibang cultures, meron silang level of expectation. So, and especially yung leadership culture. So, I mean, for the Western people, they are really more direct in terms of like conveying their message. But for us in Asia, we are more of like prudent and I mean, we try to be less direct compared to Western culture. So, dun lang yung medyo na-off ako na ang hirap pala ng medyo confrontational compared to indirect coaching as what we normally experience here in let's say in a local setting. To be honest, in Singapore, I didn't really experience any discrimination. Actually, I would say they even prefer like Filipinos because we are more of like out of the box thinkers, and I mean we don't really go like line by line or like we play by the rules. So we more of like, for example, when we're given let's say a regulation, it's more of like we don't really go by, let's say, per provision of the requirements or regulatory requirements, but it's more of like the intention of the regulators, why they have issued those, let's say, memo, etc. So I think that's one of like the advantages of like from a Filipino worker based in abroad. I think in terms of knowledge, I would say hindi naman ganun kalaki yung differences. I guess it's more of like the soft skills. We have more an edge. Like we don't really mind working late, etc. Because for them, I mean probably because our family is here in the Philippines, so we don't really mind working overtime, but for them, they really value personal time, whether you're a single or like a family person. So for us, for Filipinos, I mean, we mas matiisin tayo. So I think that's where we have more edge compared with the other nationalities. if we're talking about like technical skills, definitely we are on the edge. And I mean, and that can even be like seen like if you look at let's say the international certifications. I mean, there are a few instances whereby some of the Filipinos were actually part of like the top 10 passers. That's for a global certification exam. The reason why I came back here because it's really more of a personal decision. So because I've been away for 9 years and I really want to spend more time with my parents because they're not really getting younger. So I thought of like, yeah, I mean 9 years should be enough. And since tapos naman na yung kapatid ko in college and she used to be working abroad as well. So I thought, yeah, maybe there's really no reason for me to work in Singapore. May adjustments din. Like for example, especially yung traffic jam. So ang hirap, ang hirap nung and balikan na naman sa so like yung 5 kilometers na distance lang, pagdating ka ng more than 30 minutes or even 1 hour. And sa Singapore kasi walang traffic eh. So ang hirap, yun yung malaking adjustment. Plus yung pollution. Ayun. And then yung ease of working with the government, like kasi kailangan mag-apply ng mga bagong government requirements, etc. Like yung mga TIN or i-update yung record. So and sa Singapore kasi sobrang hassle-free ng you're transacting with the government eh. Well, in terms of perks, hindi naman din nagkakalayo kasi with my current employment, I also get the opportunity to travel. Actually, it's even better when I was still in Singapore because my travel opportunities back in Singapore are really restricted to Asia. But here in my current employment, yeah, I also have like both travel and training opportunities in Europe. So because it's a Dutch company, so I would say I don't really have a regret. And in terms of the compensation, it's not really that bad if you compare it with other local financial institutions. Accountants or auditors, we are like the public eye for the board of directors and for the investing public. So I mean in the general public, including the government. So malaki talaga yung contribution ng accountants and auditors sa economy if you uncover like this fraud or like control gaps, etc. And I mean, especially for the government agencies. I mean, these are public funds. So, I mean, we are all taxpayers, and if you really see that the public funds are not being used properly, etc. I mean, that's one way of proving your nationalism and patriotism. Trend ngayon is ang daming local firms na nagpa-partner with like this Big Four or not, I mean even outside the Big Four, maraming nagkakaroon ng partnership with international accounting firms. So siguro ang may tulong ng government is to make sure na even though na merong trend na ganitong partnership with international firms, yung decision making is still purely local. So meaning hindi parang dami leadership lang yung nangyayari sa mga local leaders. And kasi especially kung malaki yung influence ng international partner firms, siguro dapat mag-intervene yung government kung let's say nakikita na ng mga local staff na hindi na local leaders yung nagde-decide sa mga decision making, especially sa mga I mean definitely, I mean this is more applicable for let's say local companies being audited by the local firms.